Roll to Save presents The Assumptions, a SLA Industries actual play podcast. Previously on The Assumptions, our story begins with three brand new operatives fresh out of the SLA training academy at Many: Bob, the human, Bob MacTavish, the frother, and Bovril, the advanced carrion. They make their way from the university that has been their home for the last 4 years to the city of Mort, the capital of SLA Industries' world of progress. Here they find that they have been assigned together on a squad that they quickly name The Assumptions. After much form filling, they are set loose in uptown shopping malls and quickly acquire a plethora of equipment, some useful, some showy, for use in their new lives as SLA operatives. Bovril, it seems, has an almost encyclopedic knowledge of SLA's catalogue of arms and armour, much to the irritation of MacTavish, who simply wants to get his hands on a power claymore and get out of there. We join them now as they reconvene in a bar to discuss their prospective first day on the job.
Okay, so you've agreed to meet up in a kind of a bar that's some kind of common distance between your various houses. So you've come to the Ned's Arms. You've come in. MacTavish is obviously later than anybody else, and as he walks in, assuming he does turn up, looking for a nod from Steve, he will find Bovril hanging off the word of Bob, and they're talking about unis and credits and bartering. They appear to have drinks in front of them. I don't know if there's a third drink sitting there already.
Well, Bovril would have bought a drink for MacTavish.
Yeah, so there are three drinks.
His assumption is he's going to turn up.
That's what he's later. He seems a little more relaxed than he was irritated earlier. Bovril probably has no clue why. Bob might have some suspicion. Aye, it's that was quite the wee shopping trip we did there earlier, wasn't it, lads? You look like you had some fun there, eh, Bovril?
I had a lot of fun. The staff were all incredibly helpful. They have fulfilled all my needs. Have you seen mag holds? Mag holds are amazing. And Bovril's show, he's wearing his lime green body blocker armour, and he's got a mag hold, which is like a large metal plate on his thigh, and there's a pistol clip there. Bovril will pull the pistol off and say, "Look, I've got this here," and then he puts it next to the mag hold, he lets go, and it just shink.
When Bovril pulls the gun out, you hear a lot of people going, "Fuck," looking around, and then he slaps it back. Everybody kind of calms down a bit as well.
They're a great piece of technology.
It is
cutting edge.
Fantastic. It also keeps a good cutting edge if you have a knife, because it can sharpen it.
I did not know that.
That was a clever wordplay, MacTavish.
Absolutely. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. He takes a drink and he just stands it. Aye, I've got this mag hold. See this? See my sword here? See how it's sticking to my back there? That's also with a mag hold. So yeah, I'm 2 thumbs up on that one.
Excellent. I have a similar one like that, but I have not brought my submachine gun with me. I did not think it would be a prudent thing to bring to a bar.
See, that surprises me. I assumed he'd be wearing absolutely bloody everything.
No, he's got the rest of the stuff completely locked down in his apartment.
Okay, fair enough.
But he's basically brought... The pistol he's bought is called a fire jacket, and it looks like, to anyone else, like a very small pump-action shotgun, but it has got this enormous barrel on it. And you guys may have seen it on some shows. It's the sort of thing, it's got a caliber that normally you wouldn't actually fire at a person. You'd probably fire at a building or a vehicle. And it looks like a pistol-sized in Bovril's hand. Anyone else would probably fire it two-handed.
As you're all sitting there, this waitress comes over, and she looks at MacTavish and the Bob, and then he's a little start in the eyes, but she holds it together well. She says, "Gents, can I get you anything? Need refills?"
Yeah, aye, make it another round there. Yeah.
Excellent. 3 Daves, Dave beer. Okay, 3 Daves. I'll be right back. And off she goes.
Bovril drinks his Dave beer, following MacTavish's example, because he's clearly the expert on drinking.
How long does that first one last, MacTavish?
It's gone.
He just downed it like as soon as he got there.
just went down in one.
I just went down in one. This is like lightweight stuff for him.
Oh yeah.
Like super lightweight. Like it was like a morning coffee.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Sex in a canoe.
So yeah, after a while, waitress comes back, and you guys are sitting there, and it doesn't look like any conversations going on, and she kind of walks up, says, "New here?" Puts down 3 bottles.
Yeah, very.
You guys want glasses? Sorry, she's got glasses with her.
I've got mine. I'm good. I'm wearing mine. They're for corrective vision.
Okay, hon. Yeah. I was more thinking for the drink. And she shows you a glass.
No, I'm fine. I have my bottle.
No problem. She puts
I'll take one.
Okay. Puts your glass down, puts the bill on the table, and says, "You need anything? You give me a call, okay?" And off she goes.
We'll call you back in a few minutes, I'm sure. He downs the next one already.
You can see her. She stops, like literally about 5 foot away, and kind of almost like subconsciously hears this beer being just completely demolished, and just turns over, looks over her shoulder, and is another.
I think we'll get onto the harder stuff in a minute. We're gonna have a wee chinwag here with 3 of us, but I'll flag you down.
No problem. Off she goes.
So we need BPNs to get paid. That's what we were told at the academy. Blueprint news files. They are our jobs. Is this, Bob? This is correct.
I believe so. Yeah, it certainly tallies with what I remember.
So how do we get these?
I imagine there has to be somewhere where they're given out, so it would be over at HQ.
It's been the subject of so many kind of briefings and stuff. So there are numerous BPN halls across Mort City. They're kind of collectively known as Slayer's Cribs, but that's after the actual original Slayer's Crib, which is the one in Uptown near where you got your briefing, your orientation briefing. So you can basically go to any one of those and apply for a BPN. So the first thing you need to do is go and register your squad as wanting a BPN, any specialties, that kind of stuff. And then eventually you'll get issued a BPN. There are ways of shortcutting the system. So you can go to machines and get issued BPNs, just punch a button and you'll get one, but you won't have an awful lot of control over what it is. You can also, there are people that will actually do all of that for you. There are agents that will do all the BPN stuff for you, but obviously for a fee. So that's how you get a BPN. The only other thing that you will know is your first BPN is always a blue. Go on, you can ask me what a blue is. Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone.
Okay, so blues have a tendency to have something to do with sanitation, crowd control, or they're very, very low level. They are generally dirty, generally unpleasant. They generally don't pay very well, but it is always the first BPN.
So we should probably get some work. Well, for you lot, this booze probably isn't going to pay for itself, but give me a couple hours. There are ways to get some extra credits in there.
Okay, well, do we want to head down to the crib in the morning then?
I think that's a good idea, Bob.
Yeah, because there's no point getting anything done now. Because if they want us on a clock, I certainly don't want to do anything after last night and be a long day.
I've had a busy day shopping. You know that amongst the things that I bought a camera.
Oh, okay.
Is it with you in the bar?
No, it's not.
Okay.
My camera is currently charging. I bought this camera because I figure that we can get good media footage, which we can therefore sell, and then the assumptions, people will know who we are.
That sounds like a good plan.
It has got an incredibly good zoom range on it. The person in the shop assured me that the picture clarity will be of the utmost quality. It also has a battery life of up to 12 hours, so it's ideal for field work. It comes with a unit as well that I can use to edit footage afterwards, but I would not take that in the field with me because that would be impractical.
Just a little bit.
It also has an accessory that lets me do voiceovers, so I can do voiceovers of the footage that we capture. I think it will be ideal.
Yeah, agreed.
I think you just nominated yourself to be our media officer. The media officer of the assumptions. So what do you think of that, big man?
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Does that mean I will engage with the press?
Well, more that you'll be the cameraman, because you're tall, right? So you can get the great angles with how tall you are. So you can look over things and be filming me as I'm charging in and getting all the glory. And that's teamwork, right? That's how teams work. We all have our role. That could be your role.
That's a great idea. I like the concept of teamwork. When carrying hunt, they do so in a pack, and they often use one outsider as a distraction while the rest of the pack move round for the kill. I think you will be perfect in that role as a distraction. Bovril seems completely sincere when he says this.
Well, if you're the cameraman in Taller, maybe you'll be the distraction, because they'll be seeing you, and you stand out from the crowd with how big you are. So I guess we'll see how this plays out, eh?
I think this will be excellent to see how this plays out. I am looking forward to our first BPN.
Well, I've heard they're not particularly glamorous to start with, but, we got to get the crap work out of the way before we get to the good stuff, I suppose.
Well, you never know, we might get lucky.
But we get to put our training into action, and that is a good thing. I'm excited for this.
Sure.
What is this hard stuff you mentioned earlier?
Oh, you'll find out in a minute. I flagged down the waitress whenever she looks free.
Yep.
I'm trying not to be a complete idiot. I'm trying to be semi-well behaved.
While you're doing that, Bovril is literally staring at the back of your head as you're trying to flag her down. He's fascinated as to what you're about to do.
She sees you, comes over. Another 3 days.
Now let's move on to what's your best hard liquor here?
I got some whiskey. I can get you a list. I mean, we've got quite a range of whiskies if you're
just surprise us with some decent whiskey. Not top shelf. I don't wanna be spending too much money the first night. But something that'll get us good sloshed.
First night. Wow.
First night in this bar.
All right. Okay. Just saw the badges. You guys kind of, I said, new around here, I guess. So you'll be off to the crib then at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
The plan.
we get a few operatives in here every now and again, and more than happy to welcome you guys, and make sure you get your Daves. And as I said, got some whiskies here, so I'll go and have a look. How much? She kind of leans in and says, "How much you want to spend?"
Bovril whispers, "How much do you want to spend?"
How much seems reasonable, Jason? For whiskey.
Mate, it's whiskey, and I know whiskey, and it can be ridiculously expensive.
Yes, that's why reasonable.
Yeah, Jason, that bar we went to in Vegas.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money on whiskey.
I'm well aware, and it's not quite that point in the night yet. But good.
On that part of the night. So I mean, if you spend for a regular kind of whiskey, you're probably looking at a couple of credits of fish off. If you want to pay more than that, you can pay.
MacTavish is not a top shelf kind of guy. Let's be clear about this.
That has become obvious, yeah. It very quickly become very obvious. Yet, anyway, I'm sure he'll develop a connoisseur's taste for this kind of stuff as his SCL goes up. So yeah, a couple of credits a shot. We'll do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so again, you'll get a bill at the end of the evening anyway. So she goes away, she comes back, she's got 3 little glasses, and there's a little jug of water and a couple little pot of ice cubes, and this bottle of whiskey, and she kind of pours 3 whiskeys and hands them, puts the ice down, and slides the check across and wanders up.
Bovril's looking between the ice and the whiskey and the water.
Yeah.
MacTavish, which one do we drink?
So, the best way to do this is you see that ice, you shove those up your nose, and then you drink the whiskey.
He kind of seems to think about that for a second. They would not fit in my nasal cavities.
Well, you may have to improvise a wee bit.
Can you demonstrate?
I don't want to spoil the experience.
I have different physiology from you, though. I think it would be difficult. But you clearly have done this before.
This is more of like for first timers, right? It's a rite of passage for you.
He looks down at the ice, picks up an ice cube, and you hear it tapping it against the kind of bony skull. No, this will not fit.
Oh well, I guess you fail the rite of passage. All right, fair enough.
So this rite of passage, what does it grant me?
You get to be a member of the Whiskey Club.
What benefits does this membership entail?
You'll find out when you drink it. MacTavish shows them how to do it correctly.
Which is?
Yeah. This is where we judge you, Steve.
Yeah. This is where I'm not a whiskey drinker in real life.
If it was me, it would be the ice goes in the glass,
Yes.
whiskey goes in the glass, and water goes in the glass as well. Because
That-
boy, me and that drink do not go down well.
But MacTavish is not a cultured fellow like you are, Matt. So
That's not culture. That's blasphemy where whiskey's concerned. Watering it down like that.
This is kind of this is not exactly, as you said, top shelf. So a little bit of water. In fact, ice will chill it and take the taste away. So that's not a bad shout. Okay.
anyway, MacTavish doesn't bother with the ice. He just downs it.
He just downs at me. Okay.
No, he's got no class. He's absolute scum.
So it's just gone.
It's just gone.
So he shots this whiskey. It's a good job he didn't pay any money for it. I'll be wincing right now. He ignores the ice. He ignores the water.
Bovril does the same.
Okay.
Winces slightly.
Yeah.
This reminds me of water I drank from a puddle in Cannibal Sector 1.
It can be pretty unpalatable.
There was diesel spilt in that water, I believe.
And now you just paid 2 credits for the same experience.
I will not be doing that again.
There are some cocktails I can definitely agree with have that same aroma.
Bovril stands up. Well, if we have to be meeting tomorrow morning, I need to get my requisite 8 hours of rest. Will we meet at 7 a.m.?
Oh, well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. It's a little early, don't you think?
Not if I want to rest.
Well, when do the cribs normally open?
They're open 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Slaney's job's doing all the time.
Shall we-
The city that never sleeps, the world that never sleeps, the universe that never sleeps.
Should we say get up at 7 and then meet at 8? So give it a little bit of elbow room.
You lot aim for that. We'll aim for that as like, and he's looking directly at Bob. We'll aim for that as the objective to possibly start at. And then if we need to stretch out that goal, then maybe we'll stretch it out. But let's aim for it. How about that? We'll see if we can meet our objective. It's like wincing at using this enunciated business-like crap words the whole way.
Bovril nods. Agreed.
Let's say outside the crib.
So yeah, we pick a crib that's near here.
Okay, no problem.
And Bovril heads off back to his apartment to go to bed amidst all his stuff.
Bob and Bob, time for some bonding, or are you guys off to Bedville as well?
I think the safety of home is definitely a good thing.
Okay.
MacTavish just going nowhere. In fact, he's looking around to see if anyone's gambling and looking to see if there's a way you can score some quick credits, some quick unis or whatever.
It's a bar. You're almost certainly going to find somebody who's playing cards in the corner or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be big money. It's not like a high stakes, high roller game, but it can probably look after most of your bar bill for the evening if you want.
Not quite the bar bill, but feeding the addiction as well.
I know what you mean, Bob.
It's got to scratch that itch.
You gotta scratch that itch. Okay. So you've got gambling skill.
You could say that.
Quite a bit of it, I think.
I think he's got quite a bit of it as well.
Yes, total 8.
I did say we weren't probably going to roll any dice tonight, but
You could just say that I win, and we don't need to worry about it.
You could just say that he loses.
I could.
You could do that too.
I could, but no. This is a bright new dawn of a beautiful day, and the whole future is open to you guys to seize with both hands. So today, the luck gods are with you, and you end up 50 credits to the red shirt, which, as your bar bill throughout the night, comes to about 45 credits.
Yeah, I love that he got stuck with a bill. And
He did I was sitting there thinking they've all gone and left him with the bill. So I don't know if you're tipping the young lady, the waitress.
Yeah, he gets the 50 credits and he leaves her the 5 credits.
So basically, he's cost neutral for the evening. Okay,
Yeah.
like it. Cool. But he's still got to feed his addiction, right?
Yep. He had to scratch that itch because that would be bad otherwise.
And then you head back to your digs, I'm guessing.
Yeah, after a few more drinks, he heads back. Yeah.
You'll have a reasonable night's sleep, I'm guessing. Did any of you take housing disadvantages or advantages?
1 point advantage.
A 1 point advantage?
I do as well.
What? You guys took all the cool stuff.
Bovril's not.
Bovril didn't, yeah?
Whatever the basic housing is, it's oddly enough a massive step up from a hole in the ground in Cannibal Sector 1
Yeah, it
or
definitely
the
is.
sewers.
Okay, so you're in upper downtown, Ian, because that's where. So you have to actually go outside of the wall. You guys get an apartment in one of these concrete blocks. Think kind of mega blocks. So it's there's graffiti everywhere. It's the elevator smells of piss, and and this is a good area. So
probably MacTavish's elevator, to be honest.
Yeah. And conversely, of course, but it does mean you stay within the wall, which means you don't have to go through any security checks in and out. Bovril does, and you're under the watchful gaze of all the dark finders as you step back out to upper downtown and find yourself a route back to this apartment. And you get a few. Lots of people will look at you as you go by because a van's carrying just a relatively recent addition to the operative ranks, and people are not used to seeing you going around. And the looks you get when you put your key in the door of your apartment, there are a lot of people questioning what just moved in next door. Okay,
Bovril is completely oblivious to this.
Of course he is. But, and to him, he opens up on the door onto
Palace.
This, it's got walls, it's got running water. As you open the door, you're greeted by the warmth of this, or bathed in the light from this TV that's permanently on. The lights work mostly and things like that, although you probably don't even switch them on, other than to see that they work. And you spend the night blissfully serenaded by the sounds of upper downtown, which probably involves some shiver sirens and the odd scream, but it's to soothe you rather than scare you.
He'll count all his stuff before he goes to sleep.
Okay. And he's got all his boxes nicely.
The boxes are all piled up neatly.
And the next morning rolls around. So, who makes 8 a.m?
Bovril does.
Of course Bovril does. And Bob makes 8 a.m?
Yep, with the problem.
We're looking at you, MacTavish.
MacTavish is 30 minutes early. No, he's definitely not.
Well, what have you done with the real MacTavish?
He's definitely not there 30 minutes early. He's probably about, for him being on time, if he actually makes a real effort, which he didn't go on a complete bender last night, which was actually quite a character for him. He might actually be trying to make a good impression. He's probably about 20 minutes late.
So you guys are there for a little while. There's no sign of MacTavish. You are looking at this squat concrete edifice, which is the local Slayer's crib. You can see various operatives going in and out, and it is heaving. It is absolutely heaving. There are hundreds and hundreds of operatives getting in that door, and you kind of catch a glimpse inside, and it's very much like queuing hell. Okay, it's all loads of these little back and forwards lines of taped off, all these screens with numbers that clock up and get buzz, new number, somebody comes through, and there are a lot of very bored looking, quite angry looking operatives, and they're all fully kitted up for bed.
This is 8 a.m.
This is 8 a.m. Yeah, some of them are asleep. Imagine like an airport lounge after all the planes have been cancelled. It's that kind of. People have been there a while. I mean, you're watching, and in the 20 minutes it takes for MacTavish to turn up, you see a constant stream of delivery drivers coming up, dropping off pizza or various noodles or whatever, and finding operative squads halfway down a queue and dropping off and taking money and going. And you've got a feeling you might be here a while.
As this is going on, as people walk in, Bovril's going to keep up to Bob, almost a running commentary of what they're wearing and what they're equipped with when he can see it. Okay. And for the things he does know, he'll probably be talking about things like the recoil on the weapons and what sort of ammunition best suits them. And for the armour, he'll be talking about ablative strengths and all sorts of other stuff. He is completely fascinated by this.
Whereas Bob is completely oblivious to all this technical weaponry. So it's such a vague degree of interest going, oh, okay, might need to consider that if I want a weapon then. Oh, that sounds pretty good armour, whenever I'm going to be able to afford it.
Yeah, you do have that rather large empty mag hold on your hip at the moment. Yeah, it's looking for a pistol that hasn't arrived yet.
So, by the way, Bovril has turned up with everything. So he's got his armour, he's got his gash fist, he's got a large submachine gun over his back, he's got his big pistol thing, and he's also got a medical, like a doctor's bag with whatever the SLA equivalent of the Red Cross is on the side of that.
Is it a Booper branded?
Of course, it's Booper branded. Yeah, he's not an animal, and
depends who you ask, right?
and he's also got a camera stuck in a mag hold as well, and he's got a flashlight on the shoulder that retracts in and out of his armor, and he'll probably occasionally be playing that just to demonstrate it to Bob, the nice noise it makes when it comes out, and then the satisfying click it makes when it goes back in.
I feel distinctly underdressed with just my body blocker armor, a couple of mag holds, one of which is glaringly empty, regular gun with a silencer attached, a couple of clips, and that's almost, apart from just the mundane stuff that we've got about it.
But Bovril only has a body blocker as well. He doesn't have anything impressive armor-wise, apart from he paid for this customization on the shoulder.
So MacTavish finally walks in, and he is also decked out for bear, and is certainly not in body blocker armor. He is decked out in PB-13 exo armor. Looks quite impressive. His kill is over it, so he's got his clan attire over the armor, but he's got his helmet off right now. Clipped him mag hold. Claymore on his back. Strikes a pretty good look. And then is looking around for you and is also kind of like, I'm assuming he's seeing other frothers floating around, right?
Yeah, there'll be other frothers floating around. These guys are actually outside.
Okay, he's probably side-eyeing some of them. Like, there's probably clan rivalries up the wazoo.
Yeah. And frothers aren't generally the most tolerant of people. So yeah, I mean, there's plenty of frothers out there, and some of them are looking at you like you just like something that would peel off the shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vice versa, I'm sure.
Quite.
Yeah.
Before he manages to get himself in more trouble, though, he spots this pair and walks up to them. Kind of looks at, I guess, whatever would count for a watch or time or a phone or whatever time tracking implement.
I think he's got drawn one on with Biro. That's what I imagine. Because he's literally got a watch drawn onto his wrist in Biro with the hands permanently like 20 to 4 or whatever, right? And it's not a real watch. That's what I imagine. But
I can get behind that, and it funnily enough, it says exactly 8 o'clock. It says a.m.
It'll be on the wrist of his exo armor, I guess.
Yeah, it's erasable, but it's 8 a.m. right on time. Good to see you guys.
Bovril just seems to be in awe of his armor. And
hear him rhyming off the stats.
So is that PP10 you got?
No. PP10's for chuckleheads. This is the new Mark II PP13.
PP13. That is a very impressive suit of armor. You will be ideal in our pack.
I would hope so.
It is. It's spangly new, and a relatively recent addition to the catalogue. The old Mark II.
Bob MacTavish has made prudent choices for spending his finances. We should put him in charge of finances.
Oh no, that's more the paper pusher over here. That's his job. My job is to run forward with the sword, kill everything in sight, and look good doing it. Well,
you will look good wearing that armor. I hope one day to be able to afford that too.
Maybe one day. You keep up that burgeoning work as the cameraman, and you'll get your fair share of all of our credits, and then you too can afford armor like this.
Yeah, I do not mind being the paper pusher support. And I'm kind of eyeing up his Bo's armor, wondering, will my silhouette fit behind it so that he would make a great piece of cover for me?
Mobile cover? Yeah, he definitely can fit behind it. Yeah. I mean, even if he wasn't, he's a frother, so he's pretty stocky, stacked kind of build anyway. And he's wearing massive amounts of armor, so yeah, that adds a bit of bulk as well.
So, good. That's probably something actually for the listeners. I think when we talk about armor and SLA, that Matt and my characters are wearing
tissue paper.
It's high-tech body armor by normal standards, whereas I think Steve's wearing something more suited to Warhammer 40k than what we're wearing. They're powered suits, so it's quite considerable in its size.
Yeah. He's a big, bulky lad right now. But, he'll be able to shrug off rounds that would literally tear through your armour, you, and the back of your armour. Prudent, I think you called it.
It's a prudent assumption.
So, I guess you guys then join the queue in the BPN hall.
You've been listening to The Assumptions, our SLA Industries actual play podcast. This is a mini-series that we've added as part of the main Roll to Save lineup. We hope you enjoyed it and that you will join us for our next episode. Thanks again to Jason for running the game, and of course to Steve for voicing MacTavish, and Matt for voicing Bob. If you want to hear more from Matt, you can find him on the Good Friends of Jackson Elias podcast. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can do so on Twitter @SavePodcast, or you can email us at roll.to.save.pod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook by searching for Roll to Save. We're a monthly podcast about the history of old school RPGs. We hope you'll join us for our next episode. Until then, remember, guns kill, but so does the truth.